Hi, this is Mayur Bardolia from North Star Angel Coaching and Spiritual Solutions. Welcome to the video. How to start strong and finish without slowing down. Most people start strong. They shine in the beginning. They are excited, but very quickly the energy fades. It disappears. The new employee shines in the interview, works hard in the first week, and then the spark, the energy, and excitement disappear. The excitement of being new is gone, and the enthusiasm, energy, and effort are gone once no one is watching. In a relationship, the first months are filled with care and attention. But slowly, routine takes over, and what we felt exciting starts to feel ordinary and boring. Someone picks up a self help book, feels excited about all the new techniques, tries them out for a few weeks, and they go back into the old habits. Some people watch a motivational video and course and feel pumped up, and then lose motivation as soon as they hit an obstacle. Sometimes a person achieves a goal they have chased for years, and then they stop once they achieve their goal. Like the journey ended right there, and nothing comes after. I see this all the time with my coaching students. They kick off with full energy, fired up, and ready to go. But if that energy is not guided and kept alive, it fades quickly. It disappears. That's why in my success coaching, I don't just help people start strong. I show them how to build a steady drive, motivation that lasts, that stays with them, even when the first spark of motivation disappears. Because that's where real growth happens. Let's discuss why this happens. It's not always laziness. It's not always distraction. The real reason is that there is no inner intention, no steady source of internal motivation, no reason that belongs to the person themselves. Check, take an employee for example. They work hard when the boss is around in the beginning. But the moment the boss leaves, effort drops. That's not real drive. That is borrowed energy. It's like running a car on borrowed fuel. As long as someone else keeps filling the tank with praise or pressure, the car moves. But the moment the fuel stops, it's stuck on the side of the road. That's what happens when motivation comes only from outside. I hope the boss likes me. I hope they notice me. What is missing here? It's the inner voice that says, I want to do this well because it matters to me. Because I actually doing a good job. I enjoy doing good job. You see the same pattern in relationship as well. In the beginning, people show the very best version of themselves. They listen carefully, dress well, and go extra mile. But once the external push of wanting to impress is gone, the effort drops. The flowers stop arriving. The small gestures disappear. And both wonder, what happened? What is missing is the inner reason to keep showing up, not for praise, but because you genuinely value the other person and the relationship itself. Let's say we try to change ourselves. Maybe you decide to get fit, or learn a new skill, or change your thinking patterns, your habits. In the first few weeks, you are motivated. You sign up at the gym, grab the gear, and dream big. But after a while, the excitement disappears. The energy goes down, and you fall into the same old pattern again, the same old thinking pattern, the same old habit. You go back to what was before. Why? Because the reason was external. It was about wanting to look good for others rather than an inner reason like, I want to feel healthy every day, or I enjoy learning for myself. I enjoy doing this. When the change is only for show, it fades, it disappears. When the change comes from within, it sticks, it stays, and it grows as well. This misunderstanding does not just show up at work or relationship, but even in personal life as well. It shows up everywhere. We tend to believe that starting strong is enough. If we just impress in the beginning, the rest will carry itself forward. But energy doesn't work like that. Effort is not just a one time push. The more you stay with it, the easier it feels. Effort does not get harder with time, it gets easier if you stay with it. We tend to believe that starting strong is enough. If we just give it a big push at the beginning, the rest will carry itself forward. But energy, attention, focus does not really work that way, including motivation. Think of warming up for exercise. The first few minutes always feel the hardest. Your body feels heavy. Your breathing is awkward. And your muscles feel pain. You feel like you want to stop, you want to give up. But if you keep moving just a little longer, something shifts. The stiffness eases. You become comfortable. Your breathing settles. And suddenly the workout feels lighter. You have entered a rhythm. Now imagine stopping halfway, sitting down for an hour, and then trying to start again. The body resists even more. It feels twice as hard, not easier. That's because momentum was broken. The flow you had built up was lost. That's how focus works in our lives too. If you only show up in short bursts and then stop, you will always find yourself dragging back to the starting line, back to zero. But if you keep the focus alive, even through the discomfort, you will cross that awkward warm-up phase and find yourself moving easily and comfortably. When we rely only on enthusiasm, we keep starting and stopping. And each time we restart, it takes more effort than before. For example, cooking. It works the same way. You don't light up the stove once and then walk away expecting a perfect dish. You have to keep the heat going, keep stirring, keep paying attention. If you stop cooking halfway, the food is half done and no one can eat it. If you overcook, It's burn and you can't consume it. Also, it's like learning to drive a car. At first, everything feels clumsy and you hold the steering wheel too tightly. Your eyes keep darting to the mirror. You look elsewhere and the pedal feel jumpy under the feet. Nothing feels smooth and you wonder if you ever get the hang of it. It becomes difficult to drive. You're nervous, clumsy, and fearful. And you wonder if you will ever get it right. But the more you practice, day after day, the smoother it gets. Soon driving becomes almost automatic, effortless, your second nature. You don't even think about every little move. Now imagine stopping for years and then trying again. Suddenly it feels strange all over again. Almost like starting from scratch. That's how momentum works in life too. The more you stay with it, the easier it gets. Break the rhythm, and you will always feel like a beginner again. You see the same thing in sports. The team and players don't just give a big push once in a while. They keep going play after play, and that steady effort builds up. Once it builds, it's hard to stop. You don't have to fight for every step anymore. The push you already built keeps you moving forward. So pause for a moment and look back. Where in your life did you start strong but eventually lost energy and motivation? Was it a new job, personal habit, relationship, or maybe a project you were once excited about? And more importantly, where do you want to finish stronger than you started? Because here's the hidden truth. It's not harder to keep going. It's actually easier. The more you hold the focus, the less energy it takes. What feels difficult in the first few weeks becomes smoother, lighter, even enjoyable once you pass the threshold of momentum. And the solution is not complicated. It's not about waiting for inspiration or someone else's push. It's about finding your own reason and then feeding that fire a little bit each day. At first, it feels like work. Every task faces a little discomfort, pain, and frustration in the beginning. But if you stay with it, something happens, something shifts. Things become effortless. Task and work become your second nature. You gain fluency. You suddenly or eventually become efficient. That's the power of staying steady. Not starting with a bang and fading, but keeping the flame, spark, and motivation alive long enough for momentum to take over. And when the momentum takes over, you don't just start strong, you finish stronger. Things become effortless for you. It becomes your second nature. This is what I help my coaching and training students discover how to build their momentum instead of waiting for someone else's push. And that's the skill I teach. Not how to sprint for a week, but how to build your own rhythm so you can keep going. Because when you learn that, success stops being lucky break for you. It starts being your everyday reality. Once you know how to keep the fire alive, you no longer depend on short bursts of inspiration. You learn to finish stronger than you started. And when that happens, success is just not possibility, it becomes inevitable. If you need any help in doing it, or if you have any questions, you can reach out to me. Share your feedback with me. If you benefit from this video, please recommend it to someone who can benefit from it. Share it far and wide. This is Mayur Bardolia, a success coach from North Star Angel Coaching and Spiritual Solutions. If you wish to book a coaching session and workshop or invite me as a speaker, reach out to me at contact@northstarangel.com. Have a nice day.